Dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. So again in today's online class we will go with the continuation part of your 8th chapter from your medieval history, that is known as Advent of Mughals. So if you have seen the first part of the video, there I have explained you regarding how there was a rise with a new empire, with a new kingdom or dynasty known as Mughal dynasty, where we see the founder known as Zahiruddin Babur as he got victory against Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in 1526, and after getting victory we see a new rise, a new empire in India known as Mughal Empire. Even we have discussed regarding what were the strategy taken by Babur with 4 battles: Battle of Panipat, Battle of Chausa, Battle of Ghagra, Battle of Chanderi, and so on. But in today's class we will focus on Zahiruddin Babur's eldest son. Actually Zahiruddin Babur had got 4 sons: Nasruddin Humayun, Kamran, Aksari and Hindal, but we see that the eldest son was given the successor after his death known as Nasruddin Humayun. So if we talk about the Nasruddin Humayun, he was the eldest son of Babur, who ruled from the year of 1530 till 1526, but in between he was been exiled for almost 15 years in Persia as he was being chased by Sher Shah Suri. So let's start the class. First we see that Nasruddin Humayun, he lacked lots of great qualities to be a great king, and that ultimately led to him a lots of failure, especially in the 2 battles, Battle of Chausa as well as Battle of Kannauj against Sher Shah Suri. And we see the brothers of him like Kamran, Hindal as well as Askari. So this all tells about how Humayun, he being the eldest son of Babur, got the successor, he became the king, but he was not able to keep his empire in a very proper direction or going against different revolts or trying to save his kingdom from those kinds of enemies or rival. And next we focus that he also had got revolts against many of the kings as well as from different types of areas. Especially if we talk about from the Afghans, there was a leader known as Bahadur Shah who was from Gujarat, who were trying to revolt against Humayun, followed by Rajputs, and then even his own brother known as Askari from Bundelkhand, Jaunpur or from Bihar. So Humayun, after getting the kingship, after getting the successor after his father death, he had to face lots of revolt, lots of battles against his brother Askari with the Bahadur Shah of Gujarat and then with the Rajputs, but ultimately he was able to manage with the proper armies that he had instructed as well as given a proper direction. Next we focus about the war against Sher Shah Suri. So this is one of the most important battle that Humayun fought against Sher Shah Suri, who was from Bihar, Sasaram, with 2 battles, Battle of Chausa in 1539 and Battle of Kannauj in 1540. In both the battles Humayun had to face a defeat, whereas Sher Shah Suri, he stood as victorious. So after Sher Shah Suri stood as victorious, Humayun had to fled to Rajasthan and Sindh area in order to save his life, and there while going to Rajasthan, a place known as Amarkot, he met a person known as Bairam Khan, who later on became a very trusted, faithful friend of Humayun. And later on, if we talk about Akbar's chapter, in the next chapter, we see that that means Bairam Khan, stood as a tutor, the overall instructor, the guidance of Akbar, how to fight against your enemies, what kind of strategy, planning, everything was being held by this person, Bairam Khan. Next we focus on the character, that how Humayun stood. Humayun, though he had got lots of vast knowledge in science subjects like astronomy, physics and different types of top astronomy etc., but he also had got lots of knowledges on the languages, but he was inefficient administrator. That means he could not make his administration to a very high peak, and that ultimately led to a failure, and he could not become as famous as his father, that is Zahiruddin Babur. Babur only for 4 years, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 he died, but within the 4 years, 4 battles, everywhere he got victory because of his huge strategy, armies, well disciplined, well trained, well equipments or weapons that was been used during those kinds of battle. Next we focus on the topic known as Sher Shah Suri. So Sher Shah Suri, he was an Afghan ruler and he was from Sasaram, a state known as Bihar. At present its capital known as Patna. So here we see that how he stood as a great leader, and he ruled only for 5 years, but within that 5 years also he made lots of impact. Talking about these two battles, 1539 Chausa battle, 1540 Kannauj battle, there he got victorious. But after that he also annexed many of the Indian states like Punjab, Sindh, Multan, Malwa, Gwalior, Bengal and many other things like areas or the states because of his proper planning, and he is regarded as one of the greatest administrator in Indian history. And even now in our Indian government we follow the same footprints, that was guidance that was being given by him, with lots of central government, state government, local self government, proper posts like council of ministers, departments, finance and so on. Next we focus on his administration. So as I already told you, he was a great administrator as well as a great general, and he also appointed various posts, different departments, and for the department also a post or officer was required, and for that Hindu people also were given that post as well as Muslim. So this kinds of idea, this kinds of proper planning was being used by this leader known as Sher Shah Suri. And then we talk about even the empire which was being ruled under the supervision of Sher Shah Suri. It was being under the 47 sarkars, which was divided into parganas. Later on even it was being divided into 3 types of categories. First, talking about finance, second with army, and third with the revenue tax collection. And the last topic that will focus on this chapter, that is known as how Sher Shah Suri also introduced different system. First he also introduced silver coin which was known as rupaya. At present also Indian currency name is known as rupaya. So same that was being followed from Sher Shah Suri's introduction part over those topic. And he was also a great builder, and he gave the workers to make a road which is known as famous Grand Trunk Road. And if we talk more in detail, we see that even he built Purana Kila followed by Kila Khwana Masjid. So this kinds of building different monuments or any such kind of Kila also gave him a lots of famous person, a familiar one, where people also could know that yes, this person had done lot of achievement, not only battle but apart from that introduction of coins or currency, dams, irrigation facilities for all the farmer peasants. So this kinds of great initiative was taken by Sher Shah Suri. And we see that after the death of Sher Shah Suri in 1545, whoever came as a king or whoever came as a ruler after Sher Shah Suri's death, they were not so great efficient like administrator or a great leader. And overall there was a general whose name known as Hemu. He got the responsibility of handling all the work that Sher Shah Suri used to do as a king or as a ruler, and the responsibility was on the shoulder of Hemu. And in next chapter we will see that how Hemu as well as Akbar, they fought in the second battle of Panipat, where Hemu had to face defeat and Akbar as victorious. So this was overall the summary part of your chapter 8 from the medieval history, talking about advent of Mughals, Babur and his eldest son Nasruddin Humayun, and an Afghan ruler from Bihar known as Sher Shah Suri, and their character as well as their administrator part. I hope you have understood the explanation that I gave you in today's class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.